Hey, what's going on, Wholesale family? So what I'm going to be doing today is talking about my second deal. I think what I'm going to do is just a series of the deals that I've done. So that way you guys can get an idea and learn kind of the knowledge that I learned as I went through the deals and pick up some hidden gems here and there. So got a lot of positive feedback on the first deal that I did, the 65K deal. And I think you guys will find a lot of value in my journey as far as things that I learned and the obstacles that I had to overcome. So here it goes. My second deal actually came from a driving for dollars lead, and I had the Deal Machine app. So if you don't have that, it's a great way to get started in real estate, especially in wholesaling or finding discounted properties. So what it is you can actually go driving around finding distressed properties, things that look, properties that look broken down or run down, and you can add them to this app. And what it does is it finds the owner of the address and who owns it, when it was last purchased, if there's a mortgage amount on the property. There's a ton of information right at your fingertips. It's amazing how quickly you can pull that information. Not only that, but you can actually send direct mail directly from the app, or you can skip trace and call them immediately. And the way they operate is they operate on deal credits, so a deal credit is equal to one mailer or one skip trace. And if you use the promo code HARSH, HARSH, that's my promo code, you get 15 of those for free. And that's powerful. That's 15 free mailers or 15 free skip traces to targeted marketing, right? So when you do direct mail on just a list, let's say a high equity absentee owner list, you're doing a blanket marketing strategy or a shotgun approach, which means you're hoping to get maybe one or two out of this entire list. Whereas this driving for dollars, it's very targeted. You're pinpointing distressed properties, which usually equates to a distressed seller. And, it's just a great way to find these motivated sellers, overnight almost. So that's one of the most cost effective and best strategies, I think, for getting started. One, because you get to look at what a distressed property looks like. And two, you really, have a better chance, in my opinion, to find somebody when you're just doing the targeted marketing just like that. So without further ado, the second deal I said was a driving for dollars lead. I actually had a friend, I offered this to multiple people, but I had a couple friends who actually followed up on it with me. And I offered this to a friend. His wife is actually a postal worker, and she would walk on foot, delivering mail, I believe. And anytime she would see a vacant or distressed property, I asked her to send me the address and a picture if she can. So she sent me the address of this property. I looked up the street view of it, and I sent the mailer. And I think with less than $50 worth of mail on my first campaign ever on Deal Machine, I had my first lead or first deal. This lady, it was an elderly lady, and she had this half duplex that she wanted to sell because it was vacant and it was just causing her a headache because her family member lived on the other side, and she just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So sure enough, I talked to her, and this is before I learned how to lock properties up over the phone, but I went out to the property, I looked at it, and I told her, hey, we can pay you a cash offer of $40,000. And she was like, well, I really wanted like 52. And I said, okay, well, we're kind of at 40,000. Could you meet us anywhere in between or go anywhere? And she goes, her daughters actually started to step up and negotiate for her. And she said, well, we'd like 45,000 actually. So I said, okay, let me talk to my manager. So I got on my phone, walked away real quick, and just started talking to myself. And I came back to her. I said, I worked on him, and he said he can do 42.5. And she was like, all right, we'll take it. So they were happy to get rid of that. It was a very, very clean half duplex. I mean, it didn't need any work, in my opinion. It could use a little updating, but for the area and where I live, it's not really required. And so it would be a great rental for somebody. They're gonna rent that thing out for about $850, $900 a month. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and they're gonna buy it for. He ended up buying it for $50,000. So this was a $7,500 wholesale fee for me. But what's really cool about it is my friend who brought me the lead. I told them, anytime we close a deal, and it doesn't matter how many deals we close, we pay anywhere from $500 to $1,000. And this one, because it wasn't such a big assignment fee, We paid them $500, and it's $500 for 2 minutes of their work, guys. So very important. You know, it's leveraging their time for money, and you want to compensate them for that. So $500 for 2 minutes, I think, is very well worth it. And a lot of people look at this who are not in the industry and say, well, you're making $7,500 and you're only paying them $500 for bringing you the deal. Yeah, but like I said, they're spending 2 minutes of their time sending me the address and taking the address down, right? And in our industry, we have these big wholesaling companies who actually pay their guys, the acquisitions, who take the inbound calls, they manage the leads, and they filter them, and they send it, they actually get the contract, the property under contract for the company, and they only get paid 10%. So I'm paying them $500, whereas a big company, for them to do 10 times the amount of work and more time, is going to pay them $750. So I think that's a very fair deal in our industry, is $500 to $1,000, depending, on the deal. Even if you made $50,000, so I think $500 to $1,000 is very fair. So, and the dispositions is the same way. So these big companies have these guys who sell the wholesale deals once they're under contract, and they pay them 10% of the wholesale fee. So there's a lot of ways to make money in this industry. You can work for somebody else. You can get, that's how I got started. You can learn how to do it that way. You can be a bird dog like my friends. You can go out and just send properties to people who are doing it just to get started. There's a ton of ways to get started. But back to the deal. So she called me and she said, I wanted to sell. We got it under contract, and I had to find a buyer. So I went to my local RIA. Before it shut down, I had a local RIA here. It was really great, a lot of buyers. And I found a buyer. I was just networking with people. So when you're at a RIA, there's some questions you want to ask. Basically, it's the same questions you ask to any cash buyer. And those questions are, hey, what kind of investments do you like to invest in? Are you more like, you're looking for buy and holds, fix and flips? Okay, do you normally pay cash for your properties? You use private money, hard money? Oh, you like to do financing? Okay. Well, we do a lot of off-market stuff. We're looking for cash. I mean, would you be open to using hard money or private money? I have a couple connections. Okay, you would. Great. Well, if you don't mind, do you have a business card, or, I can get your email address and phone number. That way, if we come across anything that fits your criteria, we can go ahead and send that over to you. And that's just, it's easy as that. You're filtering your buyer leads. And if they say, oh, I'm only looking to do FHA or something like that, obviously the chances of them buying something from you are very slim. But if they're using hard money, private money, cash, and they can close quickly, which is another question you should ask. The next question should be, okay, well, how long does it take before you can close on a property typically? And they'll say like 2 to 3 weeks or something. Okay. You say, okay, well, my partner typically likes to close within 14 days or less. Is that something you could do? Well, I can actually do 21 days. Is that too long? Well, we'll work with you and see if we can't make that work, and, build a relationship with you and try to get this thing going. So, you're not winning or losing by the time frame, but if you find somebody who's going to buy the property, put money on it, and they're going to close quickly, I think that's very valuable. So keep that business card. I actually have, let me pull it out here. I have a binder, and it has, I'm not going to show you all the business cards just for the sake, but I have all these slots here, and I have about 3 to 4 pages of business cards. It's like a business card holder, or business card like plastic wrap or something like that. You can buy on Amazon for maybe $5 to $10. And I put every single business card that I get inside that binder. That way, if I ever need a cash buyer in a pinch, I can go through all those and just call every single one, or I can have somebody do that for me. And one of the guys I learned from, he actually did that, and I thought that was very valuable. Of course, now you have computer databases and stuff, so you can do that, virtually, but still looks cool to have a bunch of business cards. It makes you feel important sometimes, even though you're, a small part of this world. So, but yeah, so I found the buyer at the RIA, and I filtered him, and he was actually looking for his first investment property. And it was pretty cool because not only did I help him get his first investment property, but he still got it at a really great deal. He even negotiated me down from $55,000. I made $7,500. He got a phenomenal rental property, and he's just going to have a great career, starting out in real estate. And to be a part of that, I think is really cool. And so I don't know if maybe you guys don't like that or whatever, but I really think it's cool when you help somebody get started, they take that next step, you know, in doing things. And he found a hard money lender who I actually work with now, who funds a lot of the deals that I sell. And it's a great overall connection network experience. So second deal was very, I think, even though it was a lot less money than my first one, I think it was, you know, a big learning lesson, because I had to find the buyer. You know, he had a hard money lender. I had to show the hard money lender the property, because they like to do their like little walkthrough sometimes. And you almost have to sell the deal to them as well. So that's another tip there. If you ever have a hard money lender who wants to come out and see the property, remember, they're just making sure that their investment is sound. And I actually sold a wholesale deal when I worked for that company that was a 12-unit building, and it was 8 units of them were destroyed. And I had to convince a hard money lender to basically invest in this destroyed property, even though they're getting at a great deal and needed like $200,000 to $300,000 worth of work. And try to convince somebody to invest on that is kind of difficult. So just remember, you're selling the hard money lenders as well. If you ever do a walkthrough with them on a wholesale deal, just let them know, hey, the city's really growing. You know, it's a great rental market, or it's a great market to flip in. A lot of people are investing in the area, things like that. So don't be deceitful. Don't lie, or you know, anything like that. But just find out facts about your local hometown or wherever you're wholesaling, and just, you know, read that to your buyers, your hard money lenders, everything. So that way they feel confident in their purchase. And I found that to be very important. So needless to say, he got the hard money approved, and we closed very, very shortly after. It was probably one of my quickest wholesale deals. It was my second one on my own, and I was like, as soon as I finished the first one, the second one came, and things just started to roll, and I was like, man, this is great. And that's how it starts, guys. So it just, you know, you build up, you just start doing your marketing, and you build up that capital, and you invest it back in the business, and things start to happen. And that's why you're only one deal away. So I hope that was valuable for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. And just remember, you can leverage other people's time to make you money. Like my friend there, she was a postal worker, so she was walking around looking at properties all day. Talk to the postal workers, talk to FedEx drivers, UPS drivers, talk to the Uber people who are driving, DoorDash, Grubhub. I mean, get creative. And on the Deal Machine app that I told you about, you can actually add 2 members to the basic plan, which is $50 a month. You can add 2 free deal team members, and they can actually add the deals for you, take pictures for you, do everything for you, and the only thing you have to do is go in and approve it. So that way you can send out the mailers or do the skip trace. Remember, use promo code HARSH, HARSH, and I have that link in the bottom, so that way you can download it directly, and it has the link already applied for you. So again, if you want to look at getting leads from PropStream, I talked about that in one of my other videos. It's a very useful tool. It gives you 10,000 leads per month for $99 or $97 per month. And that's huge, because you go to ListSource or something like that, I mean, you're paying 10 times the amount of money to get the same amount of leads. So very powerful tool. You can pull comps, you can pull repair estimates. I mean, you can do all kinds of things on there. I have a link down below for a 7-day free trial as well. So definitely take advantage of it. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know if you got anything from this video. Reach out to me on Instagram at _Harshman. And it's just my last name, so _Harshman. You can follow my journey on there as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and put that notification bell on, so that way you can get all my newest videos. And I am dropping a lot of free content, guys. These are things that people pay lots of money for. I paid over $35,000 to get this information. And so I'm sharing it with you for free. I'm not always going to be doing a lot of free stuff in the future. You know, this is just for now. I help you guys out. And I'll probably have some mentorship or some course or something in the future, but even then I'll still produce free content. But the paid stuff's obviously going to be for the people who don't want to filter through the videos. But right now, this is what I got. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Good luck, everybody.